Warmer weather means fresh produce is starting to pop up in gardens across eastern Iowa, and whether you're getting your fruits and vegetables from the farmer's market or maybe growing them yourself, there is a proper way to store and clean your produce. Joining us this morning is ISU registered dietitian Rachel Wall. What are some things to remember when we clean produce? It's so exciting to see the fresh stuff out this time of year, but you need to clean it and take care of it.
Exactly. So we want to prevent or reduce the risk of any foodborne illness. And so preparing produce can be easy if you have the information you need. Our Spend Smart, Eat Smart team has developed a series called Produce Basics.
Nice.
And so it helps you determine, okay, how do I select the produce item that's at peak season? How do I store it? How do I clean it? And then how do I prepare it? So we're going to walk through a few examples today.
Okay, so we brought asparagus, beets, and melon. I think that's a fair spread of what you can find.
Yes, and asparagus is in season right now. You'll see it at the grocery stores and farmers markets.
Yeah.
It's just delicious. So with the asparagus, one thing to keep in mind is we want to separate the stalk from the woody end. This actually can be used in a soup or a stew, but it's not going to be very tasty. It's really fibrous and tough.
Okay.
So we want to stick with the stalk. So if you would like to demonstrate the natural break, so if you just bend at either end,
it'll snap.
It will snap. And so this is the end you'll want to discard or use for a soup, and then this is what you'll want to eat.
And it picks where it wants to be, where it wants to snap, because what you want to do is just make a clean cut, but you should really snap each one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Or you could do one and then kind of use that as a guide,
because most of the same will be the same size. And then you wrap these in a wet paper towel to store them.
Correct. So that will help keep them moist, and then you can put this in a bag and keep it in your fridge for about 4 days.
4 days. Okay. And then when you prepared it, I don't know if you want to go ahead and show the finished thing as well.
It's really easy. So I roasted it in the oven for about 12 minutes at 400 with a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper. And then I like to squeeze a little bit of lemon juice on top to give a nice fresh flavor.
Nice. Okay, so beets. These, I love to eat them. They terrify me to prepare.
Yes. So, we've got to keep in mind that they do stain. They have that deep, rich color. The pigment is called anthocyanins, which are great for our health. They help reduce inflammation. They're an antioxidant. But you want to be careful because they can stain. So one tip that I recommend is to put down some wax paper or plastic wrap, and that will help prevent from staining your cutting board. And you could also wear plastic gloves if you wanted to help prevent your hands from staining.
Good tip. We're almost out of time, but we also want to talk about melon.
Yes, melon. This is great this time of year. I made a fresh salsa with it, so it's just cilantro, onion, lime juice, and some chopped cantaloupe.
Smells really good.
And produce brushes work great to help scrub on the outside there to get off any dirt.
Nice. Well, you can find fresh produce everywhere this time of year, which is great. Just make sure you take care of it so you can take care of your family, stay healthy, and keep the produce fresh as long as possible. Thank you so much. You can find all this information at kcrg.com as well.